So we are here to test the new Trigger. We are doing geometry testing, and we are doing laps to find out what is the best for us and what's going to be the future of Cannondale. We have 4 different bikes. They look the same, it's all the same specs, but you can really feel differences. For me, the Trigger is the ultimate bike to ride every day. It's really comfy, it's quite light, and you can go everywhere.
Cornering, it's sweet. You come out of it and like you just lay it in, and it just hooks.
Good.
And just pulling through.
Fuck, it felt good. It felt real good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be a 5. It felt great.
I think I could have had the rear shock rebound faster.
I've been hitting the first one and landing just on the last probably 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And if I do that on the 26-inch, dude, you pay. You pay.
So all around on the high speed distance is feeling good? Yeah. Okay. It felt good. Like when you stood up on that bike, when you sat down on that bike and you were going for it, like that was a good climbing bike. It was just doing everything right, and it made me realize the things that the other 2 bikes were doing wrong. Like it didn't stand out at first. Right now, that's my favorite bike.
I was thinking when I was up there, I was like, man, like I think I could get really used to this setup, and like it was pretty much the only bike that I would feel really comfortable going down something like super steep on, I think.
So Fox was here today working with us on the new Trigger, showing us the new setups on the Fox Dyad rear shocks. With a push shock, you have no control over your negative air spring. Think if you could control that. What that does is it allows you to control the initial plushness, set your sag even better, and customize your ride between whichever bike you're riding.
Today I'm here to get a baseline idea of what the guys feel about the current Dyad on a new prototype 27.5 Trigger. The main beauty of the Dyad is it's really 2 shocks in one. With a switch at the handlebar, you can change between elevate mode and a flow mode.
It has elevate, which is the short travel mode for climbing, and then flow, which is the longer travel mode for descending. You can make it feel like a cross-country bike going uphill. And then downhill, you get that longer travel, fast feeling rear shock.
For climbing, it feels more like a cross-country bike. The way that it climbs, with being able to do the elevate mode and limit your travel, it really controls the power to the rear wheel. But as you get to the top of a hill and you hit the lever, you have a different handling bike. It doesn't give anything up for the downhill, and it's super efficient and super safe.
It's an amazing setting that you can have on a shock that's already more adjustable than anything else out there.
You know, 10 years ago when I started doing enduro stuff over in Europe, I knew I needed to find a place where I could ride, and like Ben and Jason, all of us could ride. We're able to test not only our senses but our equipment to the max and do it in a security of the trails that we actually handcrafted ourselves with our own speed. You know, not using tools, being able to use a bike to actually design the trail and sculpt the trail from a high-speed shovel with rubber tires. The freedom to ride the mountain as we feel it. So what the Trigger is for me, it's just a shade different of what the Jekyll is. The Jekyll is an incredible enduro bike, and with the Trigger, you know, I can jump on that bike and, you know, go right out in my garage and ride almost all the trails in my area, and the way that it rides doesn't give anything up. I haven't found too many shortcomings of going to this bigger wheel size. As we're testing, we're still pushing the limits, we're still learning the bikes, we're still trying to figure out what difference we really like about it and what we may not like about it.
We spent the last 3 days riding the Trigger. We had like 4 different geometry. We had to decide which bike we want to put in production. And that was really good because all of us found the number 1 that was the best, and we decided to put this one in production. So we're really excited about this. Next to this, we also had like really good time together. was good before the season.
I want to make people stoked most of the time. That's why I always do things like this. I have people over constantly. I mean, people and personalities are what gives me energy. Having them around and being able to do it in my own home, it makes you feel bulletproof. That's something that you don't take advantage of. You learn that and you give it to someone else. And you say, you can feel this way too. And that's what I feel that we do here. What this Overmountain team is just so different. It's basically a passion of bikes that is hard to digest until you get thrown into it because it's so much different. You know, we got different jerseys, yeah, we got different bike parts, we do a bunch of different things for training, for lifestyle, for living. And with Ben and Jerome, you have this edge that they're constantly wanting to walk on and push you, you know, and I'm not a spring chicken, you know. We got Jason, who's this super fit, cares for everyone around him. And it just makes this team that basically pushes each other to move forward, not just on the bikes, but as people. You know, being together with them pushes me on all aspects of my everyday life.
Man, this place is rad. Good friends. I mean, it was really nice to be here and feel the vibes of our own mountain bike.